I've been having a strong premonition today. You're either gonna get hurt or you're gonna fall in a lot of water.
In this episode, we find a cow on a hill. We've got a cow, guys. Go in a hole.
I double dog dare you to go in that hole.
And meet a giant octopus.
It's big. Bigger than you. Oh, it's a video time. Gotcha. It's morning. We're up. We're getting ready to head to the south of the island to maybe see some sea turtles. We don't really know. We've been given advice that they exist in that area. Will we see one? We don't know. But Sodes, that's the name of the car, Sodes, got a proper lean this morning. This is some good nighttime driving. We went to what was labeled as a bakery yesterday, and all that they had at 9 o'clock, which it's not that they had sold out, they had just opened. All they had was the banana bread that we bought, several types and size of loaves of that banana bread, and they were in the process of bagging up some
Wieners.
Pigs in blankets. That's what they're called. Pigs in blankets. So little wieners wrapped in like croissant stuff and some bagels, and that was it. The picture that I saw must have been taken at like lunchtime because that bakery is supposed to have a lot of things. But this place, which is Family Mart, has a whole wide array of things to eat. This is astounding in comparison, but I gotta put my mask on now because I feel weird.
So people don't know, Family Mart is just a convenience store. It's like a chain all over Japan, 7-Eleven type thing, right? It's one of the three big ones. And I think on this island, they only have Family Marts. I haven't seen anything else as far as chains go. I'm sure there's like a little mom and pop place here or there or whatever.
I haven't seen one of those.
Regardless, that bakery thing that's inside of that Family Mart is not something that I have seen in other Family Marts, like, period. And the thing that's also kind of peculiar is everything else, the shelves are not fully stocked, which is peculiar to see inside of a Family Mart coming from somebody from Tokyo. They're always like to the brim with perfection. Everything is stocked up.
Maybe after lunch, like right at the lunch rush hour, you might see some emptiness.
Like where the bentos go or something. Yeah.
So just seeing that store didn't have stuff was kind of outrageous. And you look at this bakery section that is abnormal. Totally abnormal for a Family Mart in my experience. And it is fully stocked. So that was very surprising. So
we have gotten our baked goods and we've come over to the airport because it's fun to Wayne's World the airport. Him watch the airplanes land, like it's just like you sit underneath them or whatever, and it's just amazing. So that's what we're doing, and they only get a few flights a day, so it's not like we just know in the morning a couple come by, so we're gonna sit here and have our breakfast while we do that. And you got what looks like an egg McMuffin.
I got an egg and bacon McMuffin. It's better than a normal muffin. It's got like little poppy seeds on it. So this is a standout, and I was kind of excited to have a convenience store try and do what like McDonald's and stuff does. It's not made right now, so I already know that's going to have that detriment to it. But I also got it because that bacon actually looks crispy as opposed to the floppy bacon.
And I got a hamburger inside of a piece of bread.
Hold on, if it's pigs in a blanket, what's that?
It's a cow in a blanket.
Yeah, right? That's a cow in a blanket.
It's a cow in a blanket, yeah.
Cow in a blanket.
Cows in a blanket with seemingly cheese, mayonnaise, I'm assuming ketchup, and a little splash of like green stuffs. And it's just weird mostly because of the containment unit that it's in, because like, it's not two different pieces of bread, it's one piece of bread, but I don't know. I'm kind of expecting the hamburger to be kind of low quality, but a dude roll in there and he beeline for a different hamburger. So maybe the hamburgers are there good. We're going to find out. How's your bacon? Was it crispy?
It was crispy. And I would say it's probably the best bacon I've had since I moved here. Like, it's just normal bacon.
The patty is good. It's got little pieces of onion in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a little weird because it's like a hamburger patty and you're eating it kind of cold.
For breakfast?
Forgot about the breakfast part. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like artisan, but it's kind of like fun. If I was like a construction worker or something, I had to grab something, get the morning going. I'd be like, yeah, grab that guy. It's fine.
I wish they had some sausage in there. But sausage isn't really like a thing. That's why the wiener shows up so much.
And then I got something that was labeled as a UFO. I'm kind of expecting this to be melon pond style stuffs, but it's really lightweight. Melon pond tends to be dense. Hold it. It doesn't weigh anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like cassatella. You know, right?
No.
It's just fluffy inside. It's not super sweet. It's not doing a whole lot, but I kind of wanted something just plain.
Really?
And yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh, the UFO looks plain.
Let me get the plain one.
Speaking of planes, there's another plane coming soon.
Oh, I see him. Here he comes. Around the bend. This is the last one for this hour.
I also had a banana. It comes in a bag. Everybody always sees those. They're like, the banana in the bag, what's with Japan in the plastic? I totally agree. But people like come at me in the comments like it's my fault.
Oh.
It's just like, I mean, what am I going to do? Not eat bananas? What am I, a monster?
Most like bananas really come in bags. Oh, I guess they don't in America.
No, they don't.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially a single banana in a bag. I mean, it's ridiculous. I agree. It's like the banana, it's in a bag. That's how it grows. Like, what is going on? But then again, if you look up how your bananas are produced, they're produced in bags. They put them in bags for like pesticidal purposes and like put medicines and stuff inside of them. So like you think there's no bag in your banana production process, but there is.
So 2 bag comments before where you said bananas are in bags. You just mean their skin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like God.
It was very confusing.
God was like, bananas, bag, here you go, perfect fruit. And then Kirk Cameron, I got this lemon drink. I love this little guy. It's just like a shot of vitamin C, basically.
Eric is coming straight for us.
He is coming straight for us. Kind of just heading over to the coast because like we thought we might be able to see sea turtles. Like that's kind of the plan. That's all we got.
But we've hit a defunct Deutschland, and apparently there's like a castle and a village in this area, and you can go into the park for free. You can go into the castle for a charge, but I can tell you right now, after my last castle experience, I am not going into this castle. She's grabbing his crutch. It could be amazing inside, and I'd really, really struggle to go in.
I think if we can stuff Katie in a princess costume, I might convince her to do it, because I think you can dress up. You're gonna do it? Princess costume, Katie?
I'd rather go and look for turtles than get stuck in trick
Why
art.
not both? We can do them both.
I don't think we can do them both. Because last time, the castle took away all of our time, and I got pissed off.
This whole structure looks ridiculous coming up over the hill. Because like you're not in like the super most remote island in the world, but this is kind of like
not in Germany.
Weird place to see Germany pop up on the horizon. I went into the castle, walked up and around it, but I went inside to see like what it cost to go in and like what you could see. The only thing of any value to me is that there seems to be a viewing platform kind of from the top of it, and it's a pretty big structure, and the picture that they had from the viewing platform looked pretty cool. But the lady said that it's 750 yen to go to the top per person, and that's like $5 or something. I don't know if it's worth $5. The rest of it just kind of looks like a touristy trappy thing. It smelled pretty musty in there. It was kind of gnarly. And we had a traumatic experience with a previous like tourist trappy castle thing in Japan, and I don't know if either of us really want to relive this. So we're going to avoid it and just kind of walk around the grounds where it's free and fine, I guess. I don't know.
I thought that if we went up and around, there would be like a back staircase to go down to the beach, and there wasn't. So I'd say that castle already stole some of my time. So I'm done with that castle.
I reiterate, this would be a lot funnier if you were grumpy in the princess costume. I'm just saying, it'd be comedy.
Turns out that in 1873, a German merchant ship was going from Australia to China, and in the middle, they got stuck on some coral and needed to be saved by the people of this town. They went out there, bravely saved them, brought them in, treated them well for 37 days, and then the Germans went back to their country. The whole premise of this place is those 37 days, commemorating that time of hospitality. And if they're doing it right, maybe in the normal season, you might feel that same hospitality. I think in the off season, just kind of feels like a dead town, but maybe they're capturing it when it's fully operating.
To me, this just kind of sounds like some sort of Japanese-German Thanksgiving. And instead of like a turkey, they built a little village and then put a shrimp museum inside of the castle. This little lagoon. And then this old European style building. The whole scene looks like something Disneyland would build on purpose, but like to make a spooky thing. You know what I mean? But I don't think that the intention here is spooky. I think it just comes off spooky. And it's weird to see that kind of building with this type of like lagoon and stuff. I don't know, maybe you'd see some, I'm trying to think like in the Caribbean or something, would you? I don't think so. It just looks mismatched. And it looks hecka spooky. Did you find any mysteries?
No, there were no mysteries down there. I almost fell in, but other than that, and I've been having a strong premonition today. You're either gonna get hurt or you're gonna fall in a lot of water. I haven't stopped myself from walking in my normal stupid way, but something inside me is like, something bad's gonna happen.
So let's walk towards the super scary building next to the water.
I told you, I'm not changing anything, but I feel something. Eric and I parted ways for less than 2 minutes. He ended up ahead of me, and I was walking by myself. When I finally met up with him, I had more than when he left. I had
peanut snack stuffs.
I had gained some peanut snacks. I couldn't think of gained, it's not acquired. I had acquired some peanut snacks. Eric asked where they came from. I'm gonna give him some guesses.
I think the weird lady that's been following us around.
Dang it, how did you know?
Because I walked past her right before you showed back up. So like she walked past me a minute ago, and I said konnichiwa to her, and she just kind of like grinned at me kind of weirdly, and then kept moving. Grin. Yeah. So she gave you some peanut snacks?
Yeah, she gave me these spicy. They're spicy.
Let's eat them.
Spicy peanut snacks. And
maybe it's the squeaker snack giver, and she's been following us for years.
Yeah. She finally just couldn't wait to give us more squeaky snacks. Yeah, she has been trailing us in a way that is not
it's
normal.
A little unusual.
Yeah, because we were going into areas that like people don't normally go.
And we turned around, bam, she was there.
They're good. Kind of sweet too.
Well, did she say anything to you, or was it just like?
She was digging in her bag, and then she made eye contact with me, so I said konnichiwa. And then she pulled this out and gave it to me. I couldn't decipher what she said after she gave it to me.
You're just gonna dump them all in?
Yep. Whoop.
So I get most of the poison?
You are the test dummy, that's for sure.
This is kind of starting to look like that moment where Katie might end up in the water. So just figured I'd start recording. See where we go here. I'm looking for my grand prize on America's Funniest Home Videos here. Honestly, I have no idea what this building even is. My best guess is it used to be a hotel, and it's got prime real estate. Like, look, this is what it looks at over this beautiful ocean. It's dead though. It's like super, super dead. I had Katie hold me up so I could like look into a window, and it's just like they piled up stuff from the rooms down on the first floor, and it's just dead building. It seems like the ultimate haikyo in Japan, which is like abandoned building or something. To go in there and explore that would be a pretty good time. It's bizarre. Let's just put it that way. The whole situation is strange.
I just want you to know that when this ship went down, no one got out alive. We did not find any sea turtles. Maybe you need to go out farther onto the water. You can't just see them from the rocks. I'm not really sure. But we did find a cow and a baby and a medium baby. Can you make that many babies? Or in that quick succession? You know things about animals.
We got a situation on our hands.
If you can't find sea turtles, just find some goats. It's really easy to find them on this island. You can just do this. That's fun.
Wow. Whose favorite is here? I'm the favorite. Katie, look at this feature down here.
This is a clean goat.
Katie.
What is that?
Here, you flip a little around. Here you go.
Ew, they feel gross. No, it's like a mix between a nipple and a testicle growing out of his throat.
Can I ask you what you ate for dinner last night?
I'm about to eat this one's balls. Good point. It's so clean. Flipping and dropping. We paid the extra 500 yen for the milk. Is it their milk? Whose milk? Whose milk is this? Do goats like the milk of other animals like we do? God damn. Is this what having a kid is like? That's intense. All right, son. I can't give it to him. I'm not supposed to.
I don't know. It's confusing.
You drank half my bottle. Go away.
Jesus.
I like this one. Look at him. We're gonna be best friends forever and ever.
All right, Katie. You gotta push on the goat. Come on. You gotta push. You don't know how to goat? What is going on?
He's scratching his back with his horns. Oh, that one's peeing.
When we decided we were going to do the feed a goat some milk thing, it showed us akachan no yagi.
Like a little baby.
Like a baby one.
And a baby human feeding a baby goat.
It turns out that you feed the goat milk to the adult goats, which is fine. It just feels strange because is that goat milk being given to goats? Is it possible that that was milk from the same goat that we fed it to? Was that, you know what I mean? Like, is that okay? I don't know how this works.
It's a very weird cycle that I don't understand.
Like some sort of goat centipede thing going on, like with one goat. But they were really into it, so I guess it's okay. And I'm sure they don't want us feeding the baby goats because they want the baby goats getting like the milk
Proper
directly from mom,
nutrition.
and like the health and stuff is probably more complicated with a baby goat or whatever. Other things that happened is that there's like a little knick-knack shop in there, and they have a cafe, and the lady who works here is super duper nice, and she let us try these 4 different aloe things that they have, these drinks that they make, because they grow aloe here.
You'll see it in the shots, like there are little aloe plants in front of the goat pyramid.
And they then have a factory just down the road where they turn the aloe into aloe drink and then add some different flavors like lemon and lychee, and yeah. And it was fine. It was a cool little experience. She gives us these little cups like this and we could take little sips. I think it might have been like a low pressure sales thing.
Yeah, it was pretty low pressure.
we weren't super into like, you know, having a jug of aloe stuff is not
the thing I wanted she didn't have. I asked for a magnet. We're trying to find a yagi magnet. It's difficult here. I don't understand. They're everywhere, but
the yagis are everywhere. They're not on the
fridge. They're in the fridge.
They also had a book, like you can buy these books in Japan of like pretty girls photoed and doing stuff, and here they have pretty girls with the goats, and it's just kind of out of place. It seems like a weird little vibe. I didn't get the book, but
I have a present for you.
Did you buy the pretty girl? Really?
No.
You hooked it up? Okay. And my last bit of proposal information that I have a proposal for the neighborhood area. If you take the yagi peoples and the yagis and the goats and you stick them in that German castle, I think you've improved the German castle significantly. So just saying, like, might be something the tourist board could think about doing.
You're gonna eat all of my shit now. I don't think so. When you can't get taco rice, you just order as much taco rice as you possibly can when you can get it. That's not true. One of these is for Eric. But we came to a place down the street that was closed. And then we turned around the corner and this was open. And I just yelled at the lady, "You making taco rice?" And she said yes. So we went inside. And we've got some kind of grandma's taco rice. And it definitely doesn't look like traditional to me. It looks a little interesting. It has tons of onions, peppers. There's no like dollop of salsa on top, which I find surprising. It's just taco-y, but not like overwhelming. Without the cheese and the salsa, it's not like taco rice. It's just kind of like taco rice.
This is the only addition you get.
I might be slipping into that too.
We mentioned yesterday that Miyakojima is a big island with a few little islands connected to it by bridges. And the bridges are pretty substantial for these relatively small little islands with only like maybe a few hundred people, maybe 1,000 people living on them. And we went out to one yesterday and we drove around, we saw some stuff. And today we've come out to another one. And it's hard to explain. We're the further one away. So on the island that we are on now, we can see the bridge that we saw yesterday that was in the distance. And the biggest of the, I think it is 3 islands that can connect off Miyakojima, is the one we haven't been to yet. And we've seen the bridge now from both sides. So I don't know if we're gonna go there today or tomorrow or whatever, but we are gonna head over there and putz around on that island too, see what's over there. And this island is famous for one specific thing that I'm hoping to check out soon. We're just kind of walking through the jungle now. I didn't think we were going to be going this far off the beaten path, but we've been walking a while. Does it feel like we're lost in the woods now, or
No.
are we okay? Because it seems maybe okay because we're on a path and it's like a real path. But
Octopuses usually leave a path.
is that how it works?
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't realize you were a marine biologist.
I am. This is badass.
Wow, it's so vibrant.
Can we have him? Take him home? You need to imagine the park budget meeting where someone was like, yo, we got that park up on the hill. What can we put up there? What if we put a giant taco? That's genius. This is awesome. It's an incredible landmark because one, you come up and you look at it and it's enormous and theatrical in a way. I love giant like monster movies and bug movies and things like that, so this is right up my alley. And we were able to see this from the bridge, and that was very cool. You kind of knew, oh, we're heading over towards the taco, because I had forgotten that we were going towards the taco, but Eric saw the taco from the bridge.
Ooh, I see the taco, Katie.
Was like, oh, we're going to the taco, and I was like, oh yeah, we're going to the taco.
I just love how vibrant it is. Usually you come to these things and they're just kind of dilapidated and old and stuff, but this is like explosively red. And I don't know if they just painted it or if they're just putting forth the good effort to keep it updated and keep it nice and painted. Because if it wasn't painted, if it was a dilapidated and stuff, it would have been hella high on the spook meter because of walking through that spooky like trail and stuff. And then all of a sudden coming up here and finding a dilapidated like taco with holes in it and stuff would be like a little bit creepy. But this is just kind of like magical and it just explodes against the greens and all the blues of the ocean and the sky and everything. It's perfect. It's quite well done. Good job, guys. Taco guys. We're walking back down the path and a group of people walked by in wedding attire, like a girl in her full wedding dress and a guy, clearly the groom, dressed up in his nice wedding attire, and a couple of people with like expensive cameras. And it's like a thing in Japan, you pay a photographer to take you and take your pre-wedding photos or whatever in cool places. Around Tokyo, you'll see it in front of Tokyo Station a lot. It's kind of a cool setting, but in different places around the city as well.
I mean, it's interesting to see the places that people choose because I feel like that says a lot about their character because there is a variety of places that you could use. And these people chose a giant taco. And I am astounded.
It's a really good place to get dressed down, man. What a good idea.
We love when we find maps that we can actually use to tell people what's going on so that you can have a bigger understanding of where we are. So right now, we're on this little small island, which is just off of Miyako-jima. Miyako-jima is this big, big chunk. We are staying right here. And yesterday, we went all the way up to this island, drove around, and came back. We've spent lots of time below the airport screaming at airplanes. And this morning we went down over to the German village and the goat area. That's where we went this morning. Cool things that we can see from where we are right now is this little bridge right here. This bridge connecting the largest of the tangential, I can't do it, islands of Miyako-jima. And yesterday we saw the bridge from this side. Today we're seeing the bridge from this side. Feels pretty cool. And then last night we went over to this side to watch stars. And in a little bit, I'm hoping that we'll make it over to this cape today, but I don't know how much sunlight we have left. So we're gonna see where we get with the rest of the day, but the idea is maybe to get to that cape by sundown.
We've come to a little flower garden, I guess, and they have...
It's called Utopia?
It's called Utopia. And they've got all these different little fruit drinks and stuff, and I've got a banana...
Banana frozen.
That's what they called it.
And I asked her if the papaya or the passion fruit was better, and she said passion fruit with, like, gumption.
Yours is just a softo.
Yeah, mine's a softo.
To what? To the taco. The giant taco.
to the taco on the hill. What an impressive, wow, beast. Ooh, it's crunchy too.
Can I have a bite? I'm not super familiar with the passion fruit. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tangy. Oh, the crunchy bits are bizarre though. Is it like a seed or something? What is this?
Yes, it's a seed.
That's exciting. That's a lot of fun. This is just a banana smoothie. It's okay. It's pretty good. The cool thing about this little place is that the way that they have got the seating set up, it's like you're sitting inside of a flower thing that's like around you, like in the seats. It's just kind of unique. And when I walked outside, I was like, oh, we can actually sit like inside of these little pods of flower things. And I think that there might be a botanical garden or something connected to this that you have to pay to go into. If we want to make the sunset up where Katie wants us to go, I don't think we're going to be botanically gardening, but it's nice it exists, and the snacks are pretty good, so consider it a win. Now we're here. I don't know if we're going to make it to there before it's dark, to be honest with you, like, to be completely honest. But for now, we're here. You think there's gonna be a taco at the end of this trail? This little coastal walking path. We thought we were gonna be able to just walk around a little island.
Do you want to keep going up?
I think it's going up now. It's not significant enough for it to be like a deterrent. But we didn't have to go up, and we got a magical taco earlier. So there better be something pretty badass up there to make warrant all this extra caloric expenditure. Okay, without a doubt, totally worth it. Look what you can see down on the water.
I'd say that nature heard your threat of some sort of taco aggravation with steps and told you to shut your mouth.
It's nuts, isn't it? Woo. Look at the...
Or to leave your jaw dropped. Wow.
All right, so there was no taco, but there was an amazing view. But then we have a consolation no taco prize.
What's wrong with this butthole?
We've got a cow, guys. He looks grumpy, man. Look how grumpy he is.
First, you've got to find the right chi. It's really important so you don't look like a dumbass, all right? Here, this is the right chi that you need to get inside chi. All right, we are right here. We have basically stayed on the south side of Miyako-jima today. And I'm pretty happy. I feel like the timing for today went really well. It wasn't like strictly planned or anything. It was really go with the flow, and we're at the lighthouse before it's gotten dark, so I feel pretty good about that. Other things about the map are...
Let's go to the lighthouse.
oh, I did want to talk about one more thing.
Oh.
This is interesting. In Japan, you have like two special numbers that you can call. There's a 110 and 119. 119 is for fire or emergency. 110 is for the police.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
If I remember correctly. But here, 118 is for water emergencies or like ocean emergencies.
If you need these bros.
Cool.
If you need these ocean safety bros.
I trust him. Looks like he knows what he's doing.
He's got the finger up.
Helping people understand. I double dog dare you to go in that hole. I dare you.
That's what she said. Let's go.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah,
oh,
right.
As the darer, I don't have to take on any other responsibility. I just watch the show.
If I get stuck like Pooh Bear, you're gonna have to lube me up with ice. All right. It's pretty spooky. I don't think I'm gonna go in this hole, not because I'm afraid, but because I don't want to get rust all over my drawers. But let me go to the other end and see if I can drop down in a way that'll be less detrimental to my clothing. This seems a little, I don't know. It's fine. Let me get put this strap on my camera here, otherwise we could have a international incident. Me losing my mind if I break this camera. But it's kind of hard to climb on. This has got to have something to do with like the military, right? Why? There's like a post up there that goes down over there. That's where I was a second ago. Yeah, this has got to have something to do with some old military thing. I'll have to look for the sign, but... yeah. Uh-oh, Katie's gone. Where did she go?
I see that you did not go in that hole, sir. It was a double dog dare.
I did not go into the tunnel, but I dropped down on the top into it. The tunnel inside is like really rusty, and I would have to crawl on my knees. I think if we go around over here, this will be better. We're getting lighthouse boned. So if I had crawled inside of the tunnel, I think I would have got my clothes all like rusty. But if you see those turret things at the top,
yeah.
Like I dropped down in there and looked around. I mean, it's just tubes that go between the two things. It's nothing like exciting, but it seems like it has to be something from the military or something. Like that's really that's the vibe.
Warfare.
Periodically when we record something, we think we pressed the button and recorded it, and then we check it and it's like, oh, it's not there. And usually I don't figure that out until like weeks later. But this time I happened to notice now, and it's only been an hour or so since I didn't push the button when we were out at the lighthouse. And you just have to pretend I'm still at the lighthouse because I didn't press the record button. Japan loves its eastern, northern, western, whatever-ish most points, and I kind of like going to them too. And the lighthouse sits at this island's easternmost and maybe southernmost point, and it's just out on this skinny little spit of land that goes out into the ocean. It gives you a really cool view just looking up over the ocean and seeing the lighthouse out there and stuff. It's just scenic. It's a cool little place. And while we were out there, it had started to rain a little bit, so we didn't spend a whole lot of time there, and we kind of made it there just at last light, and there was really not much of a sunset to be seen because of the cloud cover, and also because we were on the eastern side of the island, not the western side of the island, so that point is where sunrises are going to be at their best. And I imagine that on the first of the year, a lot of people go out there. It's like a Japanese thing, go watch the sunrises. I'm sure it's pretty poppin'. But the area was nice looking, and it was just kind of a nice place to check out. And at this point, we are now having some food, or we will be as soon as the food comes here. And it's cool because we're at a place that we ate at already one time but didn't film. So we are going to be filming it, and it was good enough to come back to twice. It's a little place called Rion, and it's back inside of the city-ish area on Miyakojima, kind of in a little izakaya area. And they do a lot of the same types of foods that you'll see in Okinawa at restaurants such as this. And there's a couple of notable things about this place. The first one, it's open 24 hours a day. Very, very abnormal for Japan. Second thing is that after, I think they said 8 p.m., children are not allowed. I don't know why. I don't have any idea. But they have a decent menu of a mixture of breakfast foods and tacos and other like curries and things like that. And it should be here soon. I'm excited because I'm very hungry. Food has arrived. I ordered a yakisoba, and we actually ordered a deuce, 2 plates of tacos, which each have 2 tacos on the plate. So we have 4 total tacos and a plate of yakisoba. And I have to admit, I've already munched into the wieners a little bit on the yakisoba.
I haven't had yakisoba in so long.
Yeah.
I forget how kind of cinnamony and exciting the seasoning is. It's like pepper with a little bit of with a little bit of cinnamon.
It's seriously one of my favorite dishes in Japan when it's done well. Yeah.
Wow, you never talk about it.
Yeah, the thing is it's often like you eat it at like matsuris or something, like festivals and stuff, and it's sort of just like but when you have it made like really well.
Yeah, and actually I feel weird that we have contradictory thoughts about that, because I'm actively waiting to go to
a matsuri and have
matsuri to have it, like with the egg on top and everything.
I think I'm just burned out on it at those things. I don't know. Matsuri food just doesn't do it for me.
But the reason that I wanted to come here was tacos. And yeah, I know I had taco rice for lunch. Don't judge me. You can put tacos on tacos all the time. Cheers to tacos. It looks like they do the tortilla in-house, or that they deep fry a tortilla here. It's nice and stiff, which is strange because like I feel like a lot of tacos here are soft tacos.
It's legit. It's a legitimately good taco. It's maybe a little heavy on the lettuce, but the balance of everything else is like, it's damn tasty. The meat is good. There's a little bit of cheese that actually has a little bit of flavor, even it's not as melty as I'd like it to be. But yeah, it's like a legitimately good taco.
And I just want to point out that to give you a little atmospheric understanding right now, it's 21 degrees, oh no, that's the high. It is 18 degrees outside, which, whatever that is in Fahrenheit, you deal with it. It's 18 degrees outside. That to me, when I go home, I set my heater to 23. 23 is the prime temperature. It's 18 outside. They have put on the aircon in here. It is cold in here.
It's freezing.
I'm not happy about that, but maybe if I start eating some of this taco, I'll warm up a bit.
You also did just drink a lot of water, which just dropped your temperature.
That was like a very long time ago.
The water cup is empty.
It wasn't very much water.
This is a paid parking lot in Japan. We've exposed these in the past, but you just come over here and you punch in the number of the parking slot that you have got, and it releases your car by dropping this little plate down. So Katie's gonna have to punch in number 1. It's gonna tell her how much we owe based on how long we've been here, and then that little guy is gonna lower and we can pull out of the parking lot. It's complicated with the calculations with the price. It depends on what day of the week it is and what time it is and stuff, but we were here for around an hour and it was 400 yen to park the car, so it's not like hellaciously expensive. Sometimes people might wonder, like, what's the deal with, like, why does Japan look the way it looks? And a lot of it is because there's this on-street parking, like, in almost all of the country. And so you're required to park in like these types of parking areas, which is, in my opinion, a great thing because it keeps people from just like parking on the street, and that brings a whole lot of other problems. And as much as it sounds like terrible to be like, oh, you should have to pay, it actually kind of like, that land is there for like, it has to make money, you know what I mean? Like that, it should be generating some sort of tax revenue or whatever.
It smells like a grape in here.
It's my breath, man.
Oh,
I had a little grape candy.
Smells like a grape.
So anyway, yeah, I'm quite fond of the way the parking system typically works.
So sorry. That was really funny.
I got grapey breath.
Eric said that I'm doing some hood rat shit, so I guess I should explain. Well, number one, in a previous, like, not a previous video, but from this trip, we were at the drugstore.
Supermarket or something.
And I bought this awamori, which is the wine that they make, or like, not wine, the liquor that they make down here. It's a clear liquor, and I saw that it came in a bag, and it made me laugh, so I had to buy it.
It comes in a bag with a twisty thingy.
Yeah. It's like your shampoo comes in the same thing. Yeah. So I can shampoo and I can dry. So I bought that. We also had a night where we went out and we drank awamori at a restaurant, and they gave us like a tall, clear glass with water, ice, and the alcohol mixed in. The only glasses that we have here are these. And I don't like that.
Okay. So where have you gone with this?
So what I did is I made my own glass. I cut the top of a water bottle off. Now, what I didn't intend for that to do, but turned out very well, is that it didn't come with this. I made this. This actually turned out to be 30 milliliters, which is the size of a shot.
Oh, it's not a funnel?
No, it's not a funnel.
Okay.
No. So,
how did you measure that was 30 milliliters?
well, I
How'd you
sat
verify
here.
that?
I had another one. Oh, I sat here for a really long time trying to figure out how can you figure this out. So, I don't have any measuring tools. Normally I bring measuring tools on vacation with me, but I didn't have any of that. What I did is I just filled this and put it into another water bottle that I knew the size of.
Oh my God.
And then, yeah, I figured it out. I had to know. And I had to know, like, properly. So it's around 30 grams.
It's such a weird combination of just like hacky.
Ghetto and must have the right number of milliliters. Yeah.
Like, are you a scientist, or I guess if you were like making meth or something, you're a meth dealer.
Can you only imagine if I was in the meth world? God, it'd be better for me being in it, but God, it would just be terrible. Okay, sorry. All right, so just there we go. Give it a pour into there.
And then you just fill the rest with water?
And then you just fill the rest with water. And I kind of like how hydrated you get with this at the same time as drinking booze. Because like most of the time, what you're drinking is just dehydrating you. But this is like 10% alcohol.
The alcohol itself is 30%.
Let's not talk about percentages anymore. And I needed to stir it last time. Got my stirrer.
That's a chopstick.
I'm stirring. And that's my beverage for this evening.
So for people that don't know, Family Mart is just a supermarket, or this is another one of those times where we're shooting a thumbnail. You see something, you're like, well, maybe this will make a thumbnail. I don't know if it'll make a thumbnail, but if it did make a thumbnail, it might make a cool thumbnail, because that's a big taco.
A big taco.
I didn't mean to put that in your face, I interrupted.
Yeah.
It's Wayne's World time.
This shit is coming straight for us. Holy fuck. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, this is unnerving. Oh, it's a giant metal bird. Oh my god.
That's fun. I would do this every morning.
Oh, the wind is from the plane.
What?
It's from the plane. It did the same thing yesterday. We're in the land of paid parking. What is she doing?
You're in the land of pay parking. You have to pay.
Can we confirm the record button is on?
Yep.
Do you want us to assign someone to butter your muffin?
Excuse me?
What? Stop peeing, you're fucking up my shot. Okay, we're definitely recording this time.
Okay.
Man, that was a real big octopus.
Yeah, way bigger than you and me and most people.
I want to meet the dude that's bigger than the octopus.
I want to meet that guy.
What were we gonna do? Oh, we're doing the end card. Completely got lost. So yeah, this was another episode of our adventure down on Miyakojima. And if you enjoyed it, then the comments and the like button and the subscribe and the bell and all that would be great. And if you didn't enjoy it, all the same things would be great as well. And
For real.
just yeah, push all the buttons.
Definitely subscribe. We might fix our problem in the next one.
Yeah, tell us what's wrong, and then maybe we'll subscribe and see if we can track any updated changes or whatever. Other places to track
Really
us.
Scrutinize everything. Watch all the videos.
Click the like button on all of them.
Yeah.
Other things that you can keep up with, Facebook,
Twitter, Instagram. We get up on Twitch and we do live streams. We recently made some shelves.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And had a very serious time during it. Okay, very serious.
But it got done.
Yeah.
Look if you were there on the thing, look, it's here, it's functioning, it's doing a thing. I love it. And
Patreon is where everybody who comes and wants to see these videos keep happening like we do. We all get together and have a good time. And a lot of those people are on Discord where there's a lot of chatter going on. So a big thanks to the people who are on Patreon and the people who are on Discord, because that's just, I don't know, it gives us a lot of outlet into what people enjoy, and it's just a good
it's nice to have
network.
a community in general. Yeah, it's really cool. You sent postcards today?
I did.
Okay, so people on Patreon should keep it out. If you're on the postcard club, keep an eye out for postcards.
For all those who needed to know, I bought an airmail stamp. So we were stamping this morning.
It's pretty fun. Okay, we'll have more from Miyakojima coming, and we will also be doing a series in Korea pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that stuff, and we'll be filming for the first time outside of Japan since the bad times started a couple years ago with the world ending.
Are the good times rolling?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're back to good times.
Let them roll?
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing.
Okay, will do.
This is very cool. I'm glad that somebody had this conversation about having just a huge taco sitting on a hill. I know that a conversation happened about the Germantown, and I'm sad that that conversation happened and all that German stuff was built, because no one's going to that now. But I'm happy that someone had this conversation where this was built.